Well, the boys around here don't listen to the Beatles run. Old Bo Cephas threw a jukebox needle at the honky-tonk where their boots stomp all night. What? Yeah, and what they call work a digging in the dirt. Gotta get it in the ground before the rain come down to get paid, to get your girl in your four-wheel drive. Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot a back, shoot a back, shoot a back, a spit. Oh, heck. Well, the boys around here, they're keeping it country. Ain't a damn one know how to do the Dougie. No, I'm not in Kentucky, but these girls around here, yeah, they still love me. Yeah, the girls around here, they all deserve a whistle. Shaking that sugar sweet as Dixie Crystal. They like that yawling southern drawl and just can't help it 'cause they just keep falling for the boys around here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys around here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot a back, shoot a back, shoot a back, spit.
Let's ride through the countryside. Let's ride down to the riverside.
Hey now, girl, hop inside. It's me and you gonna take a little ride to the river. Let's ride. That's right. Lay a blanket on the ground. Kissing in the crickets is the only sound. We out of town.
Let's ride.
Have you ever got down with a do you wanna get down with a girl, you gotta get down with the boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot a back, shoot a back, shoot a back. I'm one of them boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot a back, shoot a back, shoot a back, spit.
Welcome to the Wing It Call, September 16th, 2016. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Take a knee, please. Dear Lord, thank you for the guidance that you've given us, the protection, the wisdom to differentiate between what's right and wrong. But most importantly, we just need your guidance when this blessing comes down to be good stewards. We ask this in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Disclaimer, we're not attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors. We're discussing what our opinions are. This is not to be taken as any legal advice, legal counsel, or legal anything. Please seek your own professional counsel and guidance. And for the rest of the disclaimer, please go to the wingitcall.com. There's a disclaimer tab. Click on that, and you shall have the rest of the disclaimer. So, star 2 to raise your hand. You know, maybe we can get a few callers in here and ask what's going on. And as always, I defer to my elders. Art Meister, come on down.
All right. Thank you, Jerry, and good afternoon to everyone in currency land out there. And as far as intel goes, there isn't any. I mean, literally, we're waiting for numbers, that's all. If you all listened to Bruce's call, or if you didn't, go to Dinar Recaps and read the notes from it, because he pretty much laid out what it is. We did hear numbers were supposed to come out last night. Bruce thought they were going to, I know, and we had some indications they should, and they asked for an extension or something. I'm given a few hour extension, but not until today. But then again, we did hear it could be once again after the markets close on Friday. That seems to be our every weekly thing. So if you listen to some other folks, they are all claiming it's got to be done by this weekend or come Monday. All kinds of things might happen. So anyway, I will read something interesting I just picked up off of Dinar Chronicles about Wells Fargo. Won't take too long since we don't have a lot of intel anyway. It says, regarding should you bank at Wells Fargo, this is a guest post by one who believes. It says, don't worry about Wells Fargo. While I don't have an account with them now, I will be getting one at my exchange, and these are the reasons why. Regarding the news about Wells Fargo, first, don't pay attention to the cabal of mainstream media. Know that whatever is in the news is there because it serves the cabal, not you. Remember that while they have lost power over the financial system, they still control the mainstream media. So whenever you see something on the news, just ask yourself, why do they want me to believe this? When you answer that question, you will know the truth. My answer to that question is this: the cabal does not own or control Wells Fargo. However, many of the other banks are still owned by cabal families. They would love nothing better than to scare you into moving your money into their banks instead of Wells Fargo. Regarding the Wells Fargo bankers who get into trouble, first, the bankers who made fake accounts to get a bonus are no threat to you as they were all fired anyway. They didn't take any money from anyone's accounts, rig any financial markets, or launder any drug money. They just plain opened fake accounts to get paid a bonus. Besides, you will be so wealthy, you'll have your private banking anyway. Privileges, and you would never be dealing with bankers at that level. To me, this is Wells Fargo cleaning house down to the very lowest level. This is good news because this could never happen again because of the new financial tracking software and system. Let me flip the page here. Just a couple more paragraphs here. And next it says, I'm trying to hold my phone with one hand and a piece of paper with the other. The benefits of Wells Fargo over other banks. First, Wells Fargo is the main bank for this exchange system. They will have so much money coming in to their bank that they will be the strongest and most secure bank on the planet. Secondly, I understand that Wells Fargo is the acting treasury of the new republic. Clearly, that means they will be closely supervised and must meet the highest of standards of security and safety. I want a bank where the new republic banks. After all, they should know what bank is the best one. Third, Wells Fargo was not only involved in creating the super advanced tracking software for this new financial system, but they have been trained for years on the new system as well. As I understand it, this software is fully transparent and so powerful that it can track money through 40 steps/transactions. And fourth, Wells Fargo is owned and or controlled by the Chinese who are giving us this money in the first place. If they thought that they trust Wells Fargo to handle all this money, and if they do, why shouldn't I? They certainly aren't going to go through all this trouble to get this money into your hands just to let something to happen to it once it is in the bank. They have thought this out in great detail, and I'm sure they know what they are doing. And fifth, there is no way that Wells Fargo is going to let anything go wrong with their bank once this goes to risk their position in the world. Besides, they will have so much money under management, and be making so much money themselves, they wouldn't even have any financial problems. The bottom line is that you should choose your bank based on the most important considerations, not what is in the MSM news. We are moving into the new world financial system that is much safer than any system that has ever been on the planet. So you must decide for yourself, but I know where I'm going to keep my money and why. May you get everything you want and live the life of your dreams. Signed, One Who Believes. So I thought that was a pretty good post, actually, explaining things. And, the bad ones had to leave. I understand the person, I think it was a lady in charge of all these people, actually retired with some kind of bonus of over $1 million before they ever fired all these people. So she kind of walked out with a nice, pretty package, and all the other people got nothing and got fired. So there you go,
She
Jerry.
She walked
Yeah,
away
go
with a
ahead.
$130 million golden parachute.
Oh, God. Oh, well. I think they must have a lot of money at Wells Fargo. What do you think?
I'm thinking.
Plus they paid their fine. I mean, had to pay, what was it, 100 and some million fine or something like that? And,
185 million.
Yeah, so I guess they got a little money in that bank there, and they're not broke like all the others. So, but I understand if this thing don't happen by Monday, a lot of banks are going to be in serious trouble, according to what we're hearing. So, let it be this day that it does happen. So I'll pass it back to you.
Thanks, Art. Star 2 to raise your hand, please. Let's see here. Just 1 second, please. Computer is slow today. You know, when you're running a program or an operating system that's 10 years old, like the rest of us, it's tired. Okay, let's see here. Wingman, are you in the house?
I am here.
All righty. You got anything you'd like to say before we kick it off?
No, just to comment on some of the things that Art brought forward. That seems to be the popular belief right now that they've got to start this ball rolling by Monday, or a lot of bad things are going to happen to a lot of bad people. So, but we'll see. You know, my only problem is whenever I've come to believe that whenever they tell us something's about to happen, we can almost bet that it's not going to happen because they want it to be a total surprise. So, you know, and anybody who knows what's going on really isn't telling anybody else. So it's just the same old game over and over again. But we seem to be rolling closer and closer each time they throw the dice. So that's about it.
Well, should we take a few callers and figure out where we're at today? Somewhere between lost and found?
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Let's go to Langham Creek, Texas. Come on down.
Yes, Jerry.
Yes, sir. Go
Hello. Jerry, what's the latest you've heard on whether this is going to be a taxable event or not?
Don't know, but my personal opinion is this. Is probably not, and this is my personal opinion, and this is my reason. Because all those crooks in Washington, I mean politicians, are holding a lot of currency, and you think they want to pay taxes? No.
Yeah.
That's my reason.
Okay, I appreciate that. How about the state taxes? We're Texas residents, legal residents of Texas, but I'm working on a project in Pennsylvania. Should I exchange up here or run back home to exchange?
I believe I would come back home.
All right, even though it's going to take me 3 or 4 days to get there with everything I got to do.
Well, I don't know how
3 or
much
4
you
days.
hold, or I don't know how much you hold, or how much. There's conflicting. There's conflicting information about if you exchange in another state, whether it be taxable or not. So if there's any question about it, hop on an airplane, come back, do your business, Christmas the rest of your life, and if you're the boss, say, well, I'll get this project done and I'll close the company down. If you're an employee, say, boss, I won't be back.
Yeah. All right. Now, can we travel? Is TSA going to try to seize that money while we're traveling or not? Our currencies?
Not state to state.
Not state to state?
No. If you were going through customs, maybe that might be a problem. But you're just flying home from PA to Texas. I don't think you got to worry about that. You know, something else. Just a question. Do you have receipts for all the currency you've purchased?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is your Texas address on those receipts?
notice for this PA address where we had it mailed to when the voters on our seats?
Check with an attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
All
that
right,
was
guys,
a shame
thank
you had to pay PA tax just because you purchased it. Well, let me ask you this: did you ever establish a permanent residence?
No, we just use a temporary mailing address while we're up here. I'm up here on a construction project.
Well,
We travel all over the country, so.
Yeah, maybe you're okay then, but definitely Texas is
All right.
going to be a lot more favorable place to exchange.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Thank you.
you're welcome. Star 2 to raise your hand. Otherwise, it's going to be a short call today, and that'd be okay, too. Fort Lauderdale, come on down. Oh, come on. Just a second.
Normally you say my phone number is 754, so I know it's me.
Yeah, I had to unmute you there, and my button is stuck. Come on down.
All right. Either ICO or you will probably know this. My concern is, actually I don't have a concern. I bank at Wells Fargo, so I'm going to have them open up a separate account. Here's my concern. I don't care about them keeping 95% of it. I'm good with that because I do have them. After that, I don't have my trust yet. Can I just put it in a non-interest-bearing savings until I pay Richard for my trust and then move the money to the trust? As long as I haven't gotten any interest off of anything?
Well, we've heard that they're going to, Wells Fargo, if you use them, is going to have a vehicle. When I say a vehicle, they're going to have some type of trust so you can protect yourself. Before you walk out the door, you'll be protected rather than just having it in your name, because that's what you don't want. So I'm betting that when you walk in, they'll set up some type of temporary holding trust. I could be saying that wrong, so don't hold my feet to the fire, but we've heard that they're going to have that option, and that will protect you. Okay?
Okay. I don't have a problem with that. My only thing is, I want to make sure that, one, they don't get to do a thing with that money while they're holding it, because they would have the other part of my money. I'm not talking about the 95%. I don't care how they invest it. I'm just going to talk to them about how much we would get in interest. But I'm talking about my 5%. I don't want them messing with that, and that's my concern. Because you're not talking about putting the 95% in the trust. I'm going to leave that with them, right, to get back in 10 years.
I think you'll be okay.
You're sure?
Yes. You just tell them, look, I want to park it here until I come back. Nobody's to do anything with it, and I'm sure there's going to be documents you sign that will say accordingly.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. Thank you.
Hold on just a second. Okay. Okay. Back to business. Oh, here we go. Lost Wages, Nevada. Come on down. 702.
How you doing, Jerry?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Dominic's from Vegas. Hey, Jerry, did you ever talk to that guy? Remember he called and he said he has a thing from Iraq and he's selling him some soil and
I did. So if he's listening, raise your hand if you called in and we'll have a little chit chat. But I do have his website. Is that what you're wanting?
Well, yeah, that too. But also, he was supposed to let you know, or you're going to talk and try to get some more information out of him. Because if he said if it goes, if they did buy it from him, he can't say anything. He'll be in an NDA.
Right. Let's see. Come on, open up. I've talked to him, and I don't think they've done any business yet, because we just talked actually this morning. So, would you like the website so you can look at it?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
It's called AdvancedSoilRestoration.com.
AdvancedSoilRestoration.com.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, that's what I wanted to know, and I am hearing everybody saying about this weekend. I listened to some other calls, and they're all like, it's just really, I think it's here. So let's pray to God that it is.
Let's hope so.
All right, thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys taking your time out for us. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, here's Miami, Florida. And I have a question. Oh, come on. Unmute. I have a question for Miami, Florida. Can you hear me?
Is that me, Jerry?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Are you part of the gym group?
No.
I bet you sure? You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes.
And you thought that I didn't know a few things.
You're very smart.
Yeah, you're head of the gym group, aren't you?
No.
Uh-huh. Okay, we'll talk about that later. And you're wondering how I even know about that, don't you?
Uh-huh. How do you know about that? We'll have a time.
You know what? Jerry McGuire's been known to. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, let me ask you, thank you for taking my call, number one. Have you heard that this event is a taxable event?
Nope, I don't. We just answered that. You weren't listening?
I guess.
A guy asked.
Well, I didn't take our call. I got dropped off like 3 times, so I'm not for sure.
I'm so sorry.
That was the first time it happened like that. But I got dropped off 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me tell you something I saw, and then when I called, I noticed it's gone. On one of the lead banks, it said a great rate event. Call for more information. So I called the bank, and they said they didn't know how it got posted on there. And that was the lead bank. But that's what it said. And now it disappeared. It's not.
And where did you see this?
It was on the website. Like when you go into your account, it says great rate event. Call for more information. WF. And so I called because I wanted to know what does that mean by great rate event. And so the lady, I said, well, it's on your website. And so she went to it. And when I went back on, I got disconnected. When I went back on, it was gone. So I don't know what that meant, but that was strange. Real strange. Okay.
Well, all I got to say is show me the money.
Yes, that's all I want. I want that
all
plus
right.
helping the mainly. Thank you. See you at the party.
All right, bye.
Bye.
How about we go to Rodeo Drive? Come on down. Rodeo Drive.
Yeah, well, you're more than welcome to come down to Rodeo Drive.
Okay.
But I'm going to be in Texas.
They got a big bowl down there?
No. Never mind. I won't go there.
Okay.
I have a question. I guess I would be considered a resident of California, but my brother's a resident of Texas, and I'm going to go back to Texas when this is all over with. But I have gifted him, and I have a receipt, and I have receipts that are my receipts that I've also notarized and given him gifting letters. So he's going to be cool and everything. He doesn't need the receipts, right?
Correct. Well, it should be okay. Okay?
Okay, cool. Okay, passing through. Hi, everybody. Bye.
Be careful.
I
You know,
will.
hope for the best. Hope for the best when you talk to that attorney. Star 2 to raise your hand, please. Glenn Bernie Mezzet, Maryland, 443.
Yeah.
I'm probably
How you doing?
good.
Quick question. I was on a call earlier, and they were saying that things were going to come out probably both ways.
There's a lot of background noise there. Could you clear that up, please?
Could you hear me? Could you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
I was on a call earlier, and I don't know if you all heard it, you, Art, or anybody else. I heard that they were going to have two different rates, with the zeros off and with the zeros on. How do you feel about that?
I've heard both ways, and we won't know till we get to the bank.
Right. Well, that's all I had. I enjoy your call, man. You're funny. I drink Blue Moon every once in a while. My uncle got me hooked on it, so it's a pleasure,
That's
man.
good stuff,
I hope,
isn't it?
we can all get together. We can get together one day.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Raleigh, North Carolina, 919. Come on down.
Breaker Redneck Radio. Good afternoon. How we doing?
We got us a convoy. Go ahead.
We are the mighty convoy. It's you, beautiful sun. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to break glasses on the phone.
Right.
All right. Iko, thank you very much for coming on. Art, as always, a pleasure. My question was basically to the gentleman on the West Coast about that business from Iraq. My question was he going to be paid in dinar or U.S. dollars?
Well, I don't know. And,
yeah, I know.
And he hasn't raised his hand, so he might be on the web. I don't know.
Yep. Okay. I was just wondering. I'm going to go out on a limb for the first time in 12 years. I have a funny feeling this might happen this weekend because the CBI site has been down for about 6-7 days. The Gazette has been down 6 or 7 days. And not much information coming out of Iraq, except for, what they're doing in the meetings. So let's hope. Let's hope.
Well, and I'm going to say this as respectful as I can, because I'm trying to be respectful.
Yep. Always.
Iraq is a good indicator, but it's not all about Iraq. It's a global world thing. So they're doing what they're told to do. They're dancing in that puppet string, which I hate to be so blunt about it, but it is what it is.
Yep. No, I agree too. I think it is all about other different countries too, hooking the new banking system into countries that barely have banks. I mean, I'm sure that must have taken quite some time too as well. So,
all right.
Anyway, let's hope for a wonderful weekend. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Iko, thank you. As always, have a good one. Take care.
Thank you. Almost home of the Mormon. It's not that far away. Provo, come on down.
Hey, Jerry, thanks.
How you doing?
Good. Couple of quick questions for you. Do you, by chance, listen or know much about the Landa Global Call?
I do not.
Okay. That probably wouldn't help. Does Iko listen to that at all?
Nope.
There was a guy on there. I listened to part of the replay yesterday. There was a Dr. Kohler or something like that. Never heard of the guy, and he was tying all of this into the Philippines, which really kind of threw me off as to where he was coming from.
This is geopolitical at its worst or best, however you want to think about it. And as I've said before, the petrodollar is going away. Nobody wants the FRN. They're tired of worthless IOUs. October 1st is an asset-backed event for China, which will then everybody will want something with a tangible asset tied to it. You've heard about that guy that went over to China to buy mattresses. They wouldn't take any of his USD. Couldn't come to agreement. Came back with his USD. Yeah. Yep. So look at all these things.
Yeah, I just wondered if you knew who he was.
Dr. Pryor is a scam artist. That's what just was texted to me.
Oh, all righty. So why would Landa have him on there?
I don't know. Why do I have Wingman? Yeah, he's a scam artist too, from what I'm told.
Yeah. I had one other question. Now that just threw me off. Oh, I was going to ask you on the notice right before the call started, a little bit before, that Awake was in the forum. Have you talked to him lately? Does he share anything with you?
Haven't heard from him in probably 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anything else I can help you with?
That'll do it. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. North Bend, Washington. Come on down.
Hi there. How are you today?
Oh, you're my redneck radio woman. I remember your voice.
I first of all have to say I absolutely love when you put on like the Red Skeleton Pledge of Allegiance. Love it, love it, love it. And the soldier that came on, I think we need to hear all of those things again and again. And maybe it'll inspire those that are uninspired to honor our flag and our nation again. Anyway, I would assume that you're going to give me an answer of we'll know when we get to the bank. But have you heard anything? This morning I heard something on Ray Wren's call about the $500 million that they very likely will take the 6 zeros off of that. Have you heard anything? Can you shine any light on that, please?
I've heard that, yes, they will be taking zeros off, and then I've heard they won't be taking zeros off. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but we're not going to know till we get there.
Right. Okay. Well, Jerry, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hmm?
Sorry, phone blowing up, texting, multitasking. Orange, Texas, come on down. Whoa. Hey, Orange,
Jerry.
keep your phone out. Yeah, you got a lot of background noise.
How's that?
Sounds better.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you dropped your hand.
Oh, I did? I thought I raised it back up.
No, I'll find you. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. You got my telephone number, I hope. I got something that I really can't say over the air
Hold
now.
Hold on. Let me get my scribble stick out just a second.
Okay.
All right, now go ahead. I got you scribbled.
Okay, if you got me scribbled, then give me a call when you get a chance so I can tell you what I'd like to. And have yourself a great day.
All right, it'll be after the call.
That's fine.
Okay, bye.
Have a good one. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Chicago, Windy City, come on down.
like to know if when we go to the bank, do we need to bring the receipts, either gift receipt or purchase receipts?
Say that again, please.
When we go to the bank, do we need to bring receipts with us, either gift receipts, a gift letter, or purchase receipts for the currencies?
I am, just to be on the safe side. That way, you've got it all in hand.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, folks, make sure your ID addresses match. If you got a driver's license from an old address, you need a second form of ID, and the address on that is different. That can give you problems too. You really want to take care of the basics of the exchange. And you're better safe than sorry. And the more money you're exchanging, the more strict they're going to be in verifying that you are who you say you are.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Art Meister, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment on $500 million. Ray was talking about that this morning, but how much do you have if you take 6 zeros off of $500 million?
Well, I don't think they're taking any off of the millions.
See, he was telling people that they may do that. But like Tony used to say, now who does that make sense to? You'd have $500. You're 500 Zim.
Sorry, I thought she was talking about the 150 T notes.
No, she's talking about $500 million. Ray brought that up this morning, and I thought, well, that his own brother says, who does that make sense to? Well, you take 6 zeros off of 500. Huh?
Yeah, sorry for my bad. It was distracted. Let me clarify that. We've heard 6 off the 100 trillion. I've heard none off the 100 trillion. Same thing with the 50T. 3 off the $1 billion notes, and then none off of the millions. So, but we're hoping for that. We won't know till we get there. But
that's it. Yeah, we won't really for
sure. Just be prepared.
Yep. That's it. I just want to bring that up. You have 500 Zim. You won't get too much for any of those. You know.
Yep. Thanks, Art, for straightening me out.
All right.
Selden, New York. Come on down.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, I love you guys. And Jerry, I don't drink, but I want you to have a blue moon for me. And okay? Next one.
Absolutely.
And sing the redneck song and do the dance, the whole thing, okay?
Got it.
Now, let me say what I want to say here. I pray that you, Iko, and Art, especially Art with his great news, is, but and Iko too said, if it doesn't happen by Monday, the S is going to hit the fan. And, well, we've heard that how many times, but I've been following this for years and, through Tony and DC and all these people that, disappear. And anyway, it's always, things have changed. We've been in a fluid situation. And I have to keep explaining that to everybody because you say, hey, you're listening, you're dicking around with those calls again. I said, yes, because things change every single day, by the hour and by the minute. And so you got to keep up on it, and things have been changing. But now, other than a few, some things, it's become a point where everything's been supposedly, like Hickory to Bruce, everything's done. Everything's done. We were just waiting now. Okay, I'll buy that. We've been waiting 3 years, but I understand why we've been waiting. Now I don't. And so then my question is, patience and waiting is a very admirable quality in anybody, I think. But then when do you cross the gray line when patience and waiting become a fool's game and you're being taken advantage of. How do you tell the difference?
Well, you really don't have a whole lot. You don't have a whole lot of option here. You got three: wait, wait, and wait. I mean,
I know.
All of us are frustrated beyond belief. This has taken way longer than what it should have. But you've listened to the calls, and like I say, for me, I think October 1st is a good. Said that back in July that this could go to October 1st. You know, we'll see.
Right.
I think we'll see some things happen then, but I'm praying that it happens before then. And I'll say this: September 30th, not the 31st. There's only 30 days in September. Is the end of the fiscal year for the U.S. corporation. If this truly is the way it's going to go down, and then the Republic will come back in on October 1st. So why mix old money with new money?
Well, I so pray you're right. And I just want to add a little bit of insight here. This is something I learned when I was 12 years old in my 8th grade math class. My teacher gave us an example. He said, I want to give you a lesson in relativity. And he said, if you're 10 feet from a wall and every day you move half the distance closer, how many days will it take you to reach the wall?
A long time.
You know what the answer is?
A long
Never.
Time.
No, the answer is never.
Time.
You'll never reach the wall because you're always going half the distance. And
Right.
I sort of feel that frustration here to a certain extent. But then again, I'm a positive person, and I believe I love to hear Aiko. I love to hear you. I love to hear Art and even Bruce. What he has to say. And I'm praying. I'm a prayer warrior. I'm a part-time minister, a non-denominational minister to boot, and I believe that we've got to pray, and it's almost out of man's devices to really change this world. I mean, it's not just financially, but in many ways, and I think it might be some divine intervention involved here. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm just hoping. So,
Hoping.
alrighty, sir.
Okay.
Let me take another call.
Okay, God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Grinnell, Iowa. Come on down. Grinnell, Iowa. Come on down. Hello. Grinnell.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Testing. Go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay. Just got a story for you. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Just got a quick story for you. And that was something different yesterday. We had placed an order. And usually they send them out by, mail, and you get your 2-day service, and placed an order on Wednesday morning, and it come on Thursday morning at like 11 o'clock, 24 hours later. At the same time, my brother had tried to place an order with him too.
What did you order? What did you try to order? I'm sorry, but we missed that part.
Yeah. We was trying to order more Zim.
Okay.
And it was a good thing. Bad for him, but good for me. But I got my order placed, of course, and I put down for the 2-day delivery, $24, and they usually go 2-day full days. And this time it was delivered by FedEx, and that was 2 days. Placed an order on Wednesday, and if I'd be darned if they didn't come Thursday morning by 11 o'clock in one day.
All righty then.
At the
Who'd
same
you order
time,
from?
my brother, Templeton.
Yeah. Very good
And-
people. Very reputable.
Very reputable. And the good part of it was is my brother was, of course, trying to get some more, and none of his credit cards were being accepted. I said, "You're ordering from the same phone you use the order?" "Yeah." Headed home to get on my computer, see if it'll take it. It didn't take it until after Thursday at a certain time. So something definitely was going on, like you said, Wednesday into Thursday, because they had shut down and weren't taking any more, and they shipped that within a 24-hour time frame. 23, that's unheard of.
Well, let's take it as a sign then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I just thought I'd give that little praise report, I guess.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's great to be a first-time caller, too, and thank you for all your good info all the time, both of you. So
Appreciate it.
actually, we're in the Grand, Iowa.
All right. Have a good day.
All right, buddy. See you.
You know, it's only because I've seen it so many times and I can pronounce it. Homsasa. Come on down.
You'll get it right one of these days, Jerry.
How you doing?
It's Homo Sassa.
Okay.
It's
kind of like wacky weed Florida too.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I was listening to a guy yesterday I never heard of before, who incidentally wasn't too complimentary to you. He said you and that lawyer down in Texas are making money on these trust you're selling. And I'm thinking, yeah, I bet he's making a lot of money on these trusts, with people can't afford the money to even have them mailed to them. So, but anyway, what he said was that he was reading. Somehow he worked the computer, so he was reading right off the YouTube internet, and you could see it. And it said that the Bank of Zimbabwe had demonetized the Zim, and it was absolutely worthless, and all you should use it for is wallpaper. Have you got any information on the demonetizing of the Zim, Jerry? Have you heard of anything like that?
Anything you hold is going to be okay. It's probably like Iraq. It's just an in-country thing. A lot of disinformation out there. Just let it be like water in a duck's back. Just let it roll off. Keep on rolling. You're okay.
Good. Well, I hope you make a lot of money on those trusts too, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, right.
I said to myself, I know Jerry's getting rich.
Oh, yeah. Not making anything on anything. I still have to pay for my own. And that was one of the things that I said up front. I said, I don't want anything from this. I don't want any freebies. I don't want any conflict. Nothing. That way people can't say that I was accepting free gifts and getting something out of the deal. Absolutely not, and that's why I did it. So thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
The only thought that came to my mind when he said that was, I wonder what the hell Jerry's doing what he's doing in the first place, because that takes a lot of energy and a lot of his afternoons off. So
it
anyway,
does.
We appreciate your time, Jerry.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank
you. Well, here we go. This is going to be a surprise. Skype restricted. Come on down. Hello? You have your hand raised. Skype restricted. Come on down. We hear you wiggling. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Am I on good?
Richmond, Virginia. Hey, NASCAR was just there.
That's the way it was.
And
That's
it's
me
one of
on the
my
line,
favorite
Jerry. How you
tracks.
doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, NASCAR is just in town, and always a big event. when NASCAR come to RIR. Listen, I'm a long timer in this game, and I find it quite ironic. I've done my due diligence. I've gotten my bank contacts. I know some people that supposedly have exchanged. I've heard scenarios. I even know somebody that actually did the little rupiah thing where went in, got exchanged. They said it was a mistake. For me on this journey after 7 years, it's the constant blurred line between an intel provider and a guru. And it's the blurred lines between the actual plan of this thing and the day-to-day speculations, And for the other gentleman that was on a couple of calls back that was kind of like at his brick wall, it sounded like he was at his brick wall. At this point for me, it's like you have to either look at this and being from VA, you're a good old redneck boy and I'm a good old country boy from Virginia. So I kind of look at it this way. Either this is going to turn out to be the greatest wealth transfer in history, or it's the greatest manipulation in history. And those are the facts, without it being all speculatory and stuff. And I'm also former military, so I understand strategy. I'm in law enforcement, and I understand manipulation. And being a good old boy from Virginia, I don't have to open the outhouse door to know that it's full of shiggity. So with all of those elements, and each call seemed to have a different format. I heard the Lander call. They got their format and their theory. You guys, you kind of blur the line between knowing what you know, but also keeping the common man factor in, and that's where I come from, the common man factor. And it's an amazing ride. So right now, this is, to me, the most important time in this ride that I've seen. As you said, what's coming up by the end of this month, whether it be China going gold back, we got the craziest election series going on in history. But there's only been one factor that I've seen that has hold true throughout this whole ride, that us, the currency holders, on this journey, are the only ones that really put our hearts out there and say, we truly want to do right for humanity. But we constantly hear in the news where bankers are doing crazy things. Calls are still quoting Tony, and he's been gone for a whole year. And I got to be honest, I followed Tony when he first came out of PTR because he said his contacts were literally one arm length away from Obama. And I go through hundreds of conference calls over the years, and I pick out those kind of quotes that sticks with me, that makes me want to stick with you. You know what I'm saying? Because once I go through that strike three with you, then it's just a daily call that I listen to say, hey, is this the day? You guys do a great call because, like I said, you keep it kind of on the down low, the real man's talk. But at this point, there's been so many blurred lines. There's been so many speculative changes that the answer for the gentleman that was on earlier, the only thing that you can do, like you said, is wait. But you have to find your journey on this ride if you're in over 5 years right now. Yep. If you're in over 5 years, you have to make the decision to say, I'm just going to put my currency in a drawer somewhere because the day-to-day information is not exciting no more. Articles are going to come and go every day. Or
exactly.
You know that there's a calling. And I feel that I have a calling to stick to this. And like many others, it's driving the family crazy. I may have done some things that I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, I understand.
But
alrighty, sir. But
right now, we are in that crucial time, and God willing, we'll see this thing before this new election. And to all the gurus, keep doing what you're doing. But to all of the callers and all of the listeners, you got to have your own discernment. So it's not to bash a guru or to support a guru. It's just to say, find your journey and find your peace. And regardless of the fact, be blessed.
Thank you, sir.
do this. Thank you, man. All right, take care.
So if we go to and I can say this and get away with it. Let's go down to Waco, Texas down there. I've earned that privilege to say that. Come on down. Waco, come on down. 254. Waco, Texas.
How you doing? How you doing, Jerry?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. Hey, I missed the first part of the call. I was just wondering what was Art's intel on that.
Hell in a handbasket. Hell in a handbasket. I've got the rudder and Art's on point.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll tell you what.
I'll give you exactly what Art said. There is no new intel. It's drier than a popcorn fart. Now, how's that for redneck?
There you go. I'll tell you what. I'm ready to open up this keg of Blue Moon. Let's go after it.
I'll be down in Waco here in the next couple of days. Who knows?
Oh, all right. Well, come on. Let's go.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You know, isn't this the home of West Point? West Point, come on down. Annapolis. Hello.
Hello, Jay.
Got it. Come on. You muted yourself. Here, let me do this.
Hello?
Annapolis. West Point, come on down. We can hear you. Don't do anything. Start talking.
Jerry.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Thank
Yes.
you for taking my call. It's actually Annapolis, is the home of the Naval Academy.
Okay.
Two things, a couple comments. I want to say I totally agree with the caller just before this about the discernment. Everyone's got to realize that this is an investment, and we're on for the journey, and you got to look at it that way. And the second thing is, what are the implications or ratifications that would happen if this goes past October? Or is it the government or cabal, whomever is involved with this, would it be in their right mind to make it another Great Depression in a sort? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, there is the camp that wants to crash society, and there's a camp that wants to bring it up, and then there's the golden rule. And he with the gold makes the rules. So anything that we say is hard and fast, they can't go past it. They can write any rules they want because they make the rules. So how's that for an answer?
That's perfect. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, sir, and I thank you. I think you have the best call out there, and I appreciate yourself, Art, and Iko. So thank you.
Thank you. Silver City, come on down. Silver City.
Is that me, Jerry?
That's you.
All right, Jerry. Hey, thank you guys for taking my call. Thanks for all the great intel. You guys do a wonderful job in listening to you guys for quite some time now. My question is, I hold Zim, and I can't prove or receipt-wise as far as I bought. Isn't this supposedly, as far as currency, they all have serial numbers, and they're supposed to verify, the validity of the currency, right? So if you can't prove it, you have that you in your possession. What are the banks to be able to discriminate from you as far as like illegal activity? How did you get it?
I don't know. I don't know.
So if you can't prove that that you bought it, but you have it in hand, the validity of it is still that the currency is tracked by serial number, correct?
I don't know.
Okay, so that would be the other, because I heard that there is some counterfeit going on out there, and that would be where you really want to show, where you purchased through and whatnot, receipt wise. So that was my big question. So I guess
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, Nashville, come on down. Nashville, 615.
Yes. Hey, Jerry. A while ago, that guy was concerned about getting his currency back to Texas.
Yep.
He might want to check into a place called Inwood Security Vaults there in Dallas. He could actually have it shipped there, and they'll store it for him.
Inwood Security Vaults?
Yeah. I'll give you a number if you want it.
He's probably listening. If you would, repeat it twice slowly.
Okay. Inwood Security Vaults Incorporated. It's on 5470 West Lovers Lane, number 333, Dallas, Texas, 75209.
What's that phone number? That's probably what he'll need, and he can take it from there.
Yeah, 214-357-6888.
And that's if he's coming back to Dallas. We don't know.
Yeah, well, I would give him a Texas address. I mean, there's others down there, but that's one I know about I've used.
Sure.
Just trying to be sure you use FedEx overnight and nothing else.
Go.
And he
All right,
talks to them. They'll probably give him a shipping label cheaper than you can buy it at the store. So check with that
Cool.
too.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Iko? Wingman. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay. You want me to wrap it?
Well, yeah. I haven't heard. I mean,
Okay.
You've been quiet as a church mouse today. It's like you.
I know.
It's
I've been listening.
It's like you've exchanged or something.
That hush. And by the way, I want my cut of those trust funds, Commissioner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Okay.
Okay. Folks, I know I've said this a bunch of times, but it always bears repeating. In my opinion, I don't think anybody has actually held us up. I think what it is, it's more of a function of the extreme legality of what is about to go down on a planet-wide basis. We got 208 nations or entities all trying to agree on the same thing, and within their own territories trying to agree on the same thing. And it's just, and you can imagine that the complexity of the agreements and legal papers and the back and forth, and you know what happens when a lawyer gets done. They especially if they're working for a government, they're going to pile on those billable hours, you know. So they're going to come up with problems. The other side's going to answer those problems, come up with their own problems, vice versa. It's a giant multi-trillion ping pong match when it comes to all the legalities that have to be solved to do this. And I think it's just taken this amount of time. There have been forcing functions in the past, and they simply haven't met them because they really weren't ready. And all the information that we get from the media concerning the institutions, concerning this guy and concerning that guy, you really do have to, delve down and take it all with a grain of salt and do your own research, because a lot of it simply isn't true. A lot of it is, motivated either politically or economically, to influence the general public for the benefit of whoever has the power to exert that influence at any given time. So it's coming down. Maybe it is this weekend. That's clearly impossible to say. It really is. And the other thing too is just please be flexible around the Zim. God only knows, and maybe he doesn't even know yet, what the final deal is going to be on the Zoom. It's waiting here too. But flexibility. Just remember, your return on investment is phenomenal, no matter what. It's just a phenomenal deal, and we really are lucky or blessed, however you want to look at it, to have been a part of this. So it's all good, and that's all I have to say about that. So,
all righty then. So here we go. Lord, thank you for another call to bring a little information to people that truly want to listen and understand, not just pick it apart. I'm not a guru. I'm not an intel provider. Just talking about, I'm stealing information from other people's calls and bringing it over here and just talking about it. There you go. Anyway, so Iko, hold on. That's not it. Here we go. Iko, what's the last thing we say?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The conference is now completed. Goodbye.